Your cat has been leaving you a message every single day, and you've been walking past it like it's nothing. That curled ball on the couch. That belly-up sprawl on the kitchen floor. That spot behind your ankles at 3 a.m. None of it is random. Cats don't waste energy, and they definitely don't waste sleep, so when a 14-hour-a-day sleeper chooses one exact position over another, that choice is loaded with information most owners never bother to read. By the end of this, you're going to look at your own cat differently, because the position they slept in last night already told you something about how they feel about you, about their body, and about whether something is quietly wrong that you haven't noticed yet. 1. Let's start with the one almost every cat owner has seen and completely misread. The tight little ball, nose tucked into the tail, paws pulled in so close the cat looks like a furry cinnamon roll. Most people think this just means the cat is cold, and sure, temperature plays a part, because curling up conserves body heat and protects the vital organs in the belly. But there's a second layer to this position that almost nobody talks about. In the wild, a cat curled this tightly is a cat who feels exposed. This is the position of an animal minimizing its target size, tucking away the soft, vulnerable stomach, keeping legs ready to spring. So when your indoor cat, who has never faced a predator in its life, still chooses to sleep like this on your bed every night, it's not necessarily fear of you. It's an ancient instinct running on autopilot, a leftover survival habit that never got the memo that the house is safe. But here's the part that matters: watch where they curl. If your cat curls tightly only in certain rooms, or only when there's a guest over, or only after a loud noise in the house, that's not instinct anymore. That's your cat telling you, in the only language it has, that something in that specific space doesn't feel safe to them. 2. Now flip that image completely. The belly-up sprawl, legs starfished out in every direction, throat and stomach fully exposed to the ceiling. This is the position people post online caption "trust fall," and honestly, they're not wrong, but it's more nuanced than a simple compliment. The stomach is the single most vulnerable part of a cat's entire body. No claws down there, no thick fur padding, nothing but soft tissue over organs that matter. A cat does not expose that on accident. If your cat sleeps belly up around you, specifically around you and not the rest of the household, that is one of the highest forms of trust a cat is capable of showing. But there's a trap here that trips up a lot of owners, and it's important enough to slow down on. That exposed belly is not an invitation. It is a display, not a request. Reach out and rub it, and you might get raked by all four paws at once, because the trust that let them expose it is not the same as consent for you to touch it. Understanding that difference is basically the entire key to reading a cat's body language correctly, and most people never figure it out. 3. Then there's the loaf. Paws tucked completely underneath the body, tail wrapped close, sitting almost like a tiny bread loaf balanced on the furniture. This one gets dismissed as just a resting position, but it's actually a status update on your cat's alertness level. A cat in loaf position is not in deep sleep. They're in the light, easily interrupted stage, paws tucked away specifically so they can be deployed fast if something happens. This is your cat saying, "I trust this environment enough to rest, but not enough to fully switch off." It's the middle ground between total vigilance and total surrender, and it's actually the most common sleeping position for cats in multi-pet households or homes with young kids, because part of their brain never fully clocks out. 4. Here's where it gets genuinely important, not just interesting. The position where your cat presses its back directly against you, spine to spine, no space between you at all. People call this cuddling, and it is, but it's a very specific kind of cuddling with a very specific meaning. In feline behavior, back-to-back contact is a pack position. It's what cats do with animals they consider part of their trusted group, because it means they're covering each other's blind spots. Your cat sleeping spine against you isn't just seeking warmth. They have functionally categorized you as a member of their colony, someone whose presence makes them safer, not just cozier. If you've got a cat that used to sleep away from you and has slowly, over weeks or months, moved closer until now they're back to back against your leg every night, that progression is one of the clearest signs of a bond deepening that you will ever get from an animal that can't say it out loud. 5. But not every position is good news, and this is the part that actually matters for your cat's health, not just their feelings. Watch for a cat who suddenly starts sleeping in unusual, hunched, tucked up positions they've never used before, especially with the head lowered and the body pulled in tight and low to the ground rather than a normal curl. That specific hunch, sometimes described as a meatloaf with the head drooping instead of held up, can be a pain response. Cats are exceptionally good at masking discomfort because in the wild, showing weakness gets you targeted. A change in sleeping posture, especially paired with sleeping more than usual, avoiding a favorite high perch, or refusing to curl the way they used to, is frequently one of the earliest visible signs of arthritis, dental pain, or internal discomfort long before any other symptom shows up. Owners who catch that shift early and get their cat checked out are often catching a problem months before it would have become obvious any other way. 6. And then there's the position that confuses new cat owners the most, sleeping with one eye slightly open, or in short, fragmented bursts instead of one long stretch. This isn't insomnia, and it's not a medical issue on its own. Cats sleep in cycles specifically because in the wild they're both predator and prey, and that dual role never fully leaves their nervous system. Those light, interruptible naps are the default setting, and it's actually deep, fully relaxed sleep, especially in an exposed position, that represents the exception, the reward, the moment they've decided this environment has earned their full unconsciousness.